Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's tutorial, we'll be learning how to cut a kaftan bubu with keyhole at the side. So guys, let's get into the tutorial. So I have 3 yards of fabric and I'm working with a hip of 50 inches. If you want to cut this type of kaftan bubu, you need to have taken your back measurement, your center back. You take the measurement from your center back up to where you want the bubu to extend to. So now what I'm using 23 inches. So this is half of 50 divided by 4. I have 12 and half. So because it's a kaftan bubu, you want to add extra inches to it. So I'm adding extra 2 inches to it. So 2 plus 12 and half, I have 14 and half. So I'm going to be taking the 14 and half all through up to the M line. So this type of bubu, we also have a keyhole at the side here. To have a keyhole, and it will have a belt. The keyhole is where the belt is going to pass through. So for you to determine where the keyhole will start from, you need to determine the person's waist measurement. So I'm using the waist measurement of 16 inches. To determine that, you can just add 2 to 3 inches to your under bust measurement. So, and this is the line I have here. That I have the line here. So from this waistline, you come this line here, you measure like 1 inches upward, like so. It depends on how the width of the belt you are using. So the belt I'll be using is just 1 inch. So you come up from the waist, you come up by 1 inch. So I have the 1 inch here. From the waist, you come up by 1 inch. Can you see the 1 inch? This is 1 inch. This is the waist measurement here. So to now create the keyhole, this was the measurement I took. The hip measurement is what you have all through, so that you can have enough allowance to gather together by the time you tie the belt. So now from the hip measurement here, you need to come out. You are not coming in, okay? You are going out by, let's say, 1 inch. You are going out by 1 inch to create the keyhole, okay? So you just measure the 1 inch or 1/4 of an inch, but because the keyhole is visible, so that's why I'm using 1 inch. So this is going to be the keyhole. So but when you are taking your measurements, you can just do it on the front, but because I don't want the chalk to show at the front, so this is going to be the keyhole. So for the armhole, just add extra 1 inch to whatever your armhole measurement is, because you don't want it to be too tight. So the armhole measurement is 8 inches. I added 1 inch to it, so making 9 inches. So I have. So now when I was taking the actual hip measurement, the hip measurement divided by, the hip measurement is 50 divided by 4. I have 2.5, and I added 2 inches to it, to give it enough room. So from that 2 inches, so once you are done marking this place, then you now determine. I already told you how you want your kaftan how big you want your kaftan to look like. So I told you that you take, to determine the width of your kaftan, you need to measure across your center back. You measure your center back. Let's say this is my center back. You measure your center back up to where you would want the kaftan to stop. You want it to stop. So here now I have 24 inches. So I folded 24 inches. So this is 24 inches I folded. So now by the time you now want to stitch, you want to stitch the sides, you now determine. Now the measurement you will use in stitching the side is your hip measurement. The hip measurement plus 2 inches. You need to add 2 inches to the hip measurement to give it enough room, since it's a kaftan and it's going to be free. So I added 2 inches to the hip measurement So the hip measurement, the quarter of the hip is 12 and a half. So plus 2 inches, I have 14 and a half. So by the time I'm stitching, I'm to stitch, 14 and a half here. If you open it, the 14 and a half will be 29 inches. That means 29 inches for the front, 29 inches for the back, and the remaining one here will be the kaftan at the boubou at the side, the kaftan boubou at the side. So now moving to the neck, I use 3.5 inches for the neck width. So I use 3.5 inches for the neck width, and for the neck depth I use 4 inches. But for the back I'll be using 2.5 for the back kaftan. So for the front, I'm going to be slitting the center front. So I came down by 3 inches from the original neck depth. Once you determine the neck depth, so from the neck depth I came down by 3 inches, which is where the slit is going to extend to. So now I'll use my curve ruler to curve this place, because I'll be cutting the back neck first before cutting the front neck. And this is going to be the slit. So now so it's just a very simple gown. So I'll cut this place, so I'll cut it out now and also cut the neck. Okay guys, so because of the design I'll be adding at the front side here, I'll have to slant the shoulder line. It means the shoulder line has to be opened because of the design I want to add around here initially. But if you are not adding any design to the front here, you can just leave the shoulder line here. You can leave it closed as it is. But if you are adding any form of design at the front which you have to stitch on it, then the shoulder line here has to be opened. Okay, so I've already slanted it, so I'll open it up. And also the lower part here, this side here, because by the time you put it on, this place might want to be touching the ground, so I just curved this side a little bit. But if you want to leave your own straight as it is, you can leave it, but I'm curving this particular one I'm making. So I'll just cut the curve line. I'll cut it off. So now I'll cut the shoulder line. I'll cut it open. So and also remember the keyhole here, you are going to open it up. Okay, so what you just need to do is you first pin it down. So this is the keyhole. So for the neck design I'm doing, I cut out this fabric. This pattern, the main bodice pattern is the lines are vertical, the designs are vertical. So for the design I'll be cutting it. I cut out this one in horizontal, so I cut it out, making sure the lines are horizontal. Okay, this one is a vertical while this one is horizontal. Make sure you cut in horizontal so it can bring out the effect of the design you're putting on it. So the next thing I'll do now is I'll place it on it like so. So place it on it. So once you are done placing on it, then you trace out the design you have here. So the neck design you have here, you trace it out and also determine where you're going to. So I'll be stopping around 2 inches from the slit. So 2 inches. Then here I'll also stop around 2 inches too. I'll stop around 2 inches here too. So once you are done doing that, so you trace out the shoulder design. This is what it looks like. So I'll place it on the neck now. So you have something like this. Can you see what I have here? You should have something like this. Can you see? So you should have something like this. So this is how it's going to look like. So you can also cut facing for the back as well, or you can just use bias to tape the back neck. So now I'll take it to my sewing machine. I'll do the sewing and then I'll show you what it looks like. So this is a neck design I created, and also the keyhole. You can see the keyhole. So the rope is meant to be somewhere close to the underbust, but because the size of the mannequin is smaller than the size of the dress, so but this is all about this kaftan bubu dress. So guys, if you find this video helpful, please like and share, and if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. So guys, thanks for watching and bye.